All right, let's see if we can unleash the power of Kara OTK Warlock onto Standard Hearthstone. Now, the idea behind this deck, if you've never seen this card before, is every time you cast a shadow spell while Kara is on board, you take 2 HP from a random enemy. And what I mean is, Kara takes that HP, which means if you can get additional copies through things like Curse Campaign or the new Elise the Navigator, then you will be able to steal a bunch of HP from your opponent and make these cards incredibly difficult to deal with, since we also do have Abduction Ray as the perfect target for our shadow spell. Now, for the Mulligan guide, first thing you're going to be watching out for is going to be early game removal tools such as Ultraris Cavern. Then, Fracture Power is pretty great to keep, and any type of draw power cards. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, Warrior. I'm assuming either Quest or Dummy. I actually haven't I always say like quest or dummy, but like it's been a while since I faced a dummy warrior. Though I have been playing a little bit less Hearthstone in the past week than I normally do. Just too much stuff going on right now and non-content related stuff. So after this week, I should be back to my normal self. Hopefully, fingers crossed, unless something drastically bad happens. But knowing my luck recently, that probably will. But, you know, we also should be getting a mini set announced. By the time this goes up, maybe the mini set has already been announced. Let me know what it is down below if it has. And what exciting cards you've seen so far. Because I'm expecting, much like a lot of other people, to get it in a week from now, basically. Though I will be out of town for the weekend, probably. There's like an 80% chance that I'll be out of town for the weekend, which means I will not be doing any card reviews this time around. I mean, I probably could have. No. I'm not going to even worry about it. Oh, come on, don't AFK on me, please. Ah, it's going to be one of these people. Okay. Also, it's been a while since we've done anything with the StarCraft cards. Again, I really, really want to do something with Zerg. I just haven't gotten around to it. There probably is some type of Zerg list that could be fun and interesting. I think Zerg DK could be cool. That hasn't really been a thing for a while. Zerg Quest Demon Hunter could be cool too. Honestly, there's a few like quests that I would love to just be able to do something with. We'll see. Maybe we'll do something with some of them. Yeah, I'm going to go with Dark Marrow since we do have the Cavern in hand plus one of the consumes. Okay. But yeah, it is actually kind of cool, like how many decks that Elise like enables that just didn't exist before. You know, there is I think it would be probably like a really well, no, it wouldn't be the perfect like combo enabler for Culverero. The reason why it wouldn't be is because there isn't like high cost spells that you could use instead to make sure you like can trigger Elise. So. But yeah, I definitely want to do something with Call for Arrow at some point. I don't think it'll be this week. It might. Well, if the mini set is released next week, then it won't be next week. It'll be put on the back burner again. But if it isn't, then maybe, just maybe. Again, if you ever have like any ideas that you would love to see on the channel, let me know in the description. I definitely do keep track of some of the more interesting ones. It just depends on like how I want to do stuff, right? Or what order I want to do stuff in. Oh, Ham, please don't hit Kara. Okay, we're good. As long as that doesn't hit Kara, I think we're fine. But we don't really have a way to deal with it, do we? Which means, ugh. Okay, well. Okay, new heights. And then shield block. Also, remember when Voon was in rotation last? Bob getting hit is fine. The legendary icon made me a little bit worried for a second, but this is okay. Okay, let's heal up a little bit. I have a feeling this is going to maybe be a shorter video. I don't know. We'll see. Depends if I want to include a third game or not. I think the goal here will probably get 2 games where Kara, like, mattered even a tiny bit, and then, like, 1 game where they didn't. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely see. Elise? But yeah, like, Elise is such a cool card. Out of all the cards that they released in Lost City, I think she's the card that I enjoy the most. I know I also said, because we just did the Nagla Warrior OTK list, that should have went up before this. I still want to do something with the Demon Beast for Warlock, that legendary. I don't know. That deck feels like it's missing something, and I thought this would be cool. I've been wanting to revisit Kara for a while now. Ever since Ysera came out, I've been wanting to revisit, because 15 mana having is way better than having 10 mana, for a deck that heavily relies on spending a bunch of mana to, like, TK. Because, like, okay, so if you have everything set up, Kara, and let's say you use Curse Campaign on the Kara, and then you get an additional copy through the location, you'll have 5 of them on board, right? 5 or 6, which for a single cast would mean you take 10 HP from something. And I mean, if your opponent has an empty board, then you only need 3 casts, so 6 mana. But if they have stuff on board, you might need way more mana, You're not going to be it's not a true OTK. It takes a little bit of time to set it up. So I wouldn't call this a true OTK. I would call this definitely a deck that you build around. Like, I guess it is kind of a OTK because you're just doing it all in one turn once you get it set up. But it takes a while to set up. It's a combo deck, right? Combo control. And the nice thing about this deck in particular is, like, sure, you have to wait 2 turns. Also, my prediction, the alternate timeline set that we'll get at the end of the year, I would almost want to bet you we will be getting as, like, a big recurring keyword is going to be probably dormant, and then we'll probably get something that, like, speeds up the turn timer for everything, because that would play into warrior, right? And it would also play into any, like, dormant card that exists, or maybe turn back the timer by a turn. I don't know. Could be cool. I'm expecting some, like, turn shenanigans for whatever the keyword of the last set of the year is. I also don't know if I'm going with the model that I was originally planning on going with, or if I'm going to go with something a little bit different. I I haven't had any time to do the big thing that I want with the model. So the second I get that done, honestly, it wouldn't be long before I could, like, put everything else together. But I think this time I also need to get, like, things set up. I think we might go back to some of, like, the old overlays for if we go with the cosmic version, or a cosmic void version of the model that I'm thinking about doing, then we might reuse some of the astronaut, like, layovers and such, because it would still fit, but we shall see. Emotes, though, I'd have to redo or commission someone, which I might actually just do this time around. It also depends when I want to have this all out by, too. But honestly, let's flip the table. This will let everything heal up. Put them out of range of the hostile invader. Again, this doesn't look that bad. The main problem in this deck is, like, hand space. And the fact that we didn't even have to wait till 15 mana is actually pretty nice, because they'll be down to 14 here. No, 12. Okay, one more cast. Oh. I guess we're just good. Yeah, one more cast. And but what a cursed way to go out of this game. Okay, rogue. Fyrakke rogue, maybe? I every time I play against some or a deck that is centered around Fyrakke, I always forget that I have never actually done a full like we got close to doing it and then I had to end up scrapping it, but that's okay. There's a few times I upload a video that or like because I didn't have the computer for a month and then it was just doing terribly, so I like deleted it and then like tried to re-upload it and it just didn't go well. So that ended up it got turned into a short. So if you saw that short, let me know, I guess. I think it got turned into a short, maybe it did. But it wasn't a deck that I was like super happy with anyways, so you know, it is what it is. This also might be one of those videos that doesn't make it to the cutting room floor. It just depends on if I want to upload 3 times this week, if the mini set does get announced, because usually after a mini set gets announced, any like Hearthstone vid until the mini set comes out just does bad unless it's a big card preview. I'm hoping actually all there might be still a chance if all the cards got revealed by Friday, and there would be a chance I would have a video up on that Monday for a card review, or even just that Friday because I don't think I'm going to be leaving until like halfway through the day. I need to ask a friend about something though, about the trip. But yeah, I'm really banking on the fact that we will get that because if we don't, then next Monday we'll be missing a video. Actually, I could, yeah, no, it would be Monday. I was going to say maybe we just move stuff around and call it good. I also want to do Big Spell Mage. Right now, I'm legitimately just going through like all the cards that I've been wanting to put on a thumbnail for a while, or put on a thumbnail again, and picking them one by one. Right. The last video, I wanted to do a Nabla on a thumbnail, so we did. The previous video, I wanted to use Jade Display, so we did. The Volin list, that one I kind of wanted to put it on a thumbnail, but at the same time, I just wanted to play that weird, goofy, like, OTK deck. ESO Draenei War, definitely wanted to put that on a thumbnail. Eliza DK, also something I wanted on a thumbnail. A lot of the videos that I've been putting out since this set came out are just, I wanted to put this card on a thumbnail, the deck. Again, you know. And I'm hoping y'all are enjoying like that. Having channel's been having a little bit of growing pains with the rebrand and such, but that was to be expected, to be fair. But I will say this deck already, we haven't tested. I think this is like the 15th game of this deck, and this deck feels a billion times better than the warrior list that I just put up, which isn't saying much because that list was really bad. But you know, I got the like really good replay 1 game in, so it's the bond special. I get a like 1 in 100 game, like 1 game. Well, really, with that deck, it's probably like a 1 in. Let's just say seven games, because I pulled off it quite a few times, and there were a few times where I would have pulled it off, but I misplayed a little bit. This one has a lot less user error in it. I don't know why, but it just does. I just wish this deck definitely did make me feel against Quest Paladin in particular. I really, really wish Quest Paladin only gave attack instead of HP. Like, I get why it doesn't, but I could easily see that being something that they do to change. I forgot that card even was in standard. Interesting. Also, one of those cards that I would have loved to put on a thumbnail, but I don't like. What deck does that? I mean, it's technically Thief Rogue, right? But like, that's not interesting. Also, we still haven't done anything with Lion Wake. Lion Wake could be fun with like Floppy Hydra. Another one of those cards that I haven't done in a while. I know the Floppy Hydra DK list is floating around, and I was thinking about doing it in Warlock also, or Rogue. But then I ended up being like, oh, right, I haven't done something with Kara, and I've been putting that off for like at least a set. So might as well revisit that first. Oh, they got a Kara. Oh, that's kind of funny because they'll have synergy with Shadow Step, right? Won't matter too much, actually, I don't think. Also, that's a cool card. Again, another one of those cards that I just don't know how I put it in a thumbnail. I guess we would make it a Elise deck. Wait, did I already do Elise Rogue? Yeah, I did. Weirdly buffing up that card. That's one of those cards that if you buffed it up by reducing the mana by 1, it would probably see a little less play. It's very similar to Toru in Demon Hunter, where they buffed it up by 1, but it also turned off the Elise combo in Toru Demon Hunter, so it felt worse. It's just funny how some stuff like that works out, right? I also should have done this in the reversed order, because then it would have taken a lot more HP, but it is what it is. Okay, I think we hit the 2-1, hope a 1-1 exists here. Stranded Spaceman, okay. Do I use Cursed Catacombs to try to draw a card? I don't know if I want to. I think we save that for... Oh, there's the second one. Also, weirdly, I'm amazed Wheel Warlock hasn't reappeared. Because I feel like Wheel Warlock is... Maybe I'm just wrong. It would be a deck that wouldn't be bad right now, right? There's not... I mean, there are, like, aggro decks that might eat it up, but, like... I don't know. Being able to survive 5 turns, I think, isn't that difficult in this meta. Like, you use Fracture Power to, like, scale up your mana really quickly, and then hopefully you get the wheel on, like, turn 6. And you can even use the little Turtolin that equalizes your mana. See, this is... Our opponent's experience here with Fyrakk is the exact reason why I don't play any Fyrakk decks. Legitimately, this happens every single time I play anything with Fyrakk. It's impressive. Okay. I guess we go for Slippery Slope. Then we can draw in our card. Okay, table flip. It's not bad. Ooh, that doesn't get rid of anything because they need one more damage. Let's just get rid of the Narlax. Also one of those cards that, like, I'm not sad that it doesn't see play anymore. It did get butchered, but, like, how many times do we need to print a card that reads, like, make your X minions cost 1 and realize that card is probably not the healthiest card to print in the world? We had that with both of the Kelthis. We've had that with Norlax. I feel like there's another one I'm forgetting. Oh, Sonia, when it was also spells. There's probably another one that I'm forgetting about right now. Oh, Murmur. Murmur's recent. That one, I get it. It was a card design nightmare, but given how we know Blizzard is usually working 1 to 2 sets ahead of wherever we are, right? Maybe 3, right? So, like, why... Oh, that's a good minion for later. The damage is already done with Murmur, so why not just let Murmur do what Murmur does, right? Perfect. The AoE hits everything, and then this hits both of those, so then we can take a little bit more HP. Down to 17. That's not bad. And we have, 15. Oh, 13. Wait. Oh. I think the animation is just delayed, but like, did we accidentally just discover a bug? Also, hey, we got the demonic bear in our hand. Again, one of those cards I really just want to put on a thumbnail. I just can't figure out the home for the card. That's the main problem. And there's so many like demons that are small, so it might not even be worth it. There's another card in Warlock in particular right now, the 0/8 taunt that gives you 2 fell spells with life or that do damage instead of using mana. That could be like a fun card to build around, but like, what are you trying to get as a win condition there, right? I think the way that you would get the win condition is to get like a bunch of the buffs that you can get from that, but like then you're also taking a bajillion damage from those cards, and Hearthstone isn't worth it. Like to run hard in standard at least. I don't know, maybe it is. I would almost want to bet Demon Hunter or Warlock is going to get a bunch of fail cards, either in this set coming up or the set after. I mean, okay, take 2 HP there. Then we could take charge of our opponent's face. Okay, so it isn't a bug. It was just a delay. That's the moral of the story there. It just looked like a bug, but it isn't a bug. Good. Means I don't have to scrap the video. Oh no, we're 1 HP off. Bye-bye. All right, now we're through the games. Let's look at some final thoughts of the deck. So, how did this deck perform? Honestly, much better than I expected. This deck actually is a few cards from being completely playable, this ending up with a 45% win rate across the 20 games I ended up playing. But the inclusion of Elise actually makes it very much easier to OTK using Kara. Overall, the deck honestly is just maybe missing a better shadow spell than Abduction Ray to repeat over and over. But if we never get that, I think this deck is pretty decent. The one downside is if you're facing a lot of Murloc Paladin, then things like Ultraris Cavern into Eternal Layover is probably not that strong of a combo, but if you're facing any other type of aggro deck, you eat them up, and you can survive into that late game for your combo. Overall, if you've been looking for something to do with Kara, try this one out. It's a lot of fun, and like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.